They do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony Pace. He's commenting back and forth. He said, after you've tried to make it work, like communication, what went wrong, wiping each other's slate clean, what improvements each one of you can make to exist as one, etc. If two people put their feelings on the table and try to rekindle that flame is just not there anymore. Time to just move on. Stop wasting each other's time. Don't blindside the person with the to the left type message.
Right.
That's not right. Unless you get caught with them in the bed with someone else. Different story and different outcome. That's very true.
Very good point. I mean, it's tough. Like that brings a good point Anthony brought up. Like, when do you give it that second chance? When do you, do you try again?
Point. It's like, how do you know when to move on? How do you know, like, this is just not working? Because love will make you do some crazy things. Love will keep you there, and
right,
this is not going to work. We are not going to last. And you know it. But love will keep you right there. And it's like, okay, there's a song. I can't think of it. I'll come up with it. But it's like, do I just go ahead and move on? Do I, because I always, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Right.
So I definitely think that, if you find something special with someone and y'all are in love, you need to hold on to it.
Right.
I feel,
love
like
conquers all type thing.
Yeah, that's how, I think. But that's not always the case.
Right.
Like, love ain't got nothing to do with it.
Exactly. And the thing I've told in several relationships before, that it takes more than love. Like,
right.
I'm a very nonchalant person. I'm not a real big argue type guy in relationships, but I know I've stayed in some relationships a little long where we were like really going back and forth, like just like screaming at each other, arguing over petty stuff, where we were just like, and I look back on it now, it's like, man, I can't even believe I got to that level where it was just like we took it there to wake up. We took it there. We took it there to the point of like, I mean, we're screaming at each other to the top of our lungs over, whether we're going to have a rice as a side dish or mashed potatoes. Like, it's just crazy when it gets to that point.
Right. Rico just commented. I like his comment too. He was like, basically, when you're ready, when you've gotten over someone, when you can see your ex on another man's arm and you feel no malice whatsoever, that's when you moved on. And this is not the topic I wanted to call in on. So I will not incur any international charges. Let me know when y'all go back to the PBH After Dark segment.
We got you, Rico.
Rico, we got you. We'll be doing that next week. But one thing that and I want to bring this up because this kind of addresses that. He's saying when you can see, when you're ready. No, you don't sometimes. Like I said, I've been in this situation where I thought I was ready and I tried to date, tried to go out, tried to holler at somebody like, okay, they got good qualities. But the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, But let me ask you this. Do you think it's possible that you can be so wowed by your new person that you definitely forget about your old person?
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, sometimes I think it just takes like that special person to make you be like, I'm good. It just makes the move on a lot easier. But when you keep running into duds, like left, moment after moment, that's when it's a little bit more. I am so sleepy. Like I cannot talk no more.
But you actually made a good point, though. In your sleepiness, you really did, because
I'm gonna start slurring in a second.
Like Frosted Flakes. What are we talking? Why are you talking about cereal?
Oh my God, I did that so much this weekend. I was like talking to people 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, yeah, they just went, yeah. They was like, what? Huh?
See, we've been on trips and we've hung out, and I've been around you late when you get tired, and I don't even think you didn't believe me. But when you get really tired, you start talking about the most random, craziest stuff. And I try to entertain you like you make sense, and you're just like, Frosted Flakes are really nutritious. Like, what the hell are you talking about, woman? What?
That's so true. I do that all the time.
And it's crazy because we're having like a real conversation about something. Like now you're like, yeah, this relationship is going kind of tough, and I don't know if I should try to make it work. And I'm like, I really love Fruit Loops. Like, what? What the hell are you? I want a sourdough sandwich with bacon. You think you get PBH? We just talking about like relationships, and I was telling you about this relationship crumbling, and you were like, oh, I'm sorry, you got some tacos. Like, what the? That is really like people out there, y'all just don't get it. Like
they don't get it.
She does that, like, but I get it. You grind hard, so like when you can't fight sleep, and you try,
sleep will overcome.
Oh my gosh, it's so. But anyway, but you made a good point about it helps you to get over somebody when you do meet another good person. It's kind of like if you have music playing, you turn it down really low, you can still hear that music playing, but if another radio in your house turns up loud, you don't hear that music anymore.
Analogy, yes, that is great.
It's kind of like,
would you stop